Okay, I think you should be able to hear me now. Oops. Yeah, can you hear me now? It should be fixed now. I'm gonna need someone to help me out here. I'm not gonna keep going if you can't hear me. But it should be good now. I mean, I see audio input capture on OBS and it should be working. Still no sound? Why? Okay, I think we got it. Shout out Ryan. All right, we're good. All right, we'll start over. All right, Haley Deegan in the one truck. Look, she wasn't really good here last year, but starting 31st, she's $6,300. I feel like she's going to get ownership though, just because of her starting position. But I'd be wary. I mean, she has gotten caught up in a wreck in like every single race this year, so I completely understand going away from her in this race. But if you want to get there, I get it. Probably wouldn't go there in tournaments because I believe she'll be owned. But in cash, I could get it. John Hunter Nemechek, I think, is the ultimate here contrarian lap leader guy because I think the lap leader, more than likely, I'd say about 95% of the time, is going to be Kyle Busch in this race because he's in the 51 truck. He's at Martinsville. This is a harder track for some of these guys to get around, and we've seen Kyle Busch have success here in other series, in the Cup Series. So I think he's probably the guy to lead laps. But if you want to get away from him, I think John Hunter Nemechek's one of the guys to go to. If you're playing a lot of lineups, probably shouldn't play 100% Kyle Busch. So I think John Hunter Nemechek's definitely someone who could lead laps. I know last year in Martinsville, average position of only 17, but if you remember that race, he got dumped by, I forgot who it was, but someone just absolutely destroyed him, just dumped him going into turn 3. I remember that race. It was ridiculous. He did lead 2 laps in that race. William Byron, I mean, they didn't price him up enough, in my opinion. I mean, we did just see Alex Bowman go out in a Spire truck a few weeks ago and contend for the win there, and I think this should be something similar here. It's not like William Byron has been great at Martinsville in his career, but he's been solid. He did almost win a race there. I think it was his rookie year, second year. Starting 32nd, though, he's too cheap. He should definitely get a top 10. I mean, he might contend for this win, in all honesty. I don't expect him to compete with Kyle Busch, but I wouldn't be that shocked if he is. So I really like William Byron here. He's just too cheap. I don't think he should be 9,800. There was guys that, I don't really understand why Chandler Smith and Infinger are, more expensive than him. But here we are. So I think they underpriced him a good bit here. Because he's the second best driver in his field. I don't think that's really debatable at this point. So, he's not in a KBM truck or a GMS truck, but he's good enough equipment. I mean, like I said, we saw Alex Bowman do really good in one of those trucks a few weeks ago. Yo, what's
William
up?
Byron's a lock.
Okay, well, my roommate said William Byron's a lock, so that's where we're at. So if you want to go with that, if you want to go with what he says, but he bets him every race and he never wins. So, and the one race that he won this year, he didn't bet him. So there you go. Blaine Perkins didn't qualify. Spencer Boyd in the Young's truck, starting 24 at $5,000. I don't expect much from him, so I'm not going to be too interested. Adam Wilson said John Hunter Nemechek and Kyle in the same lineup possibility. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. That's definitely going to be a little bit different because I think most people's lineups are going to go Kyle Busch, starting Kyle Busch in number 1 in their lineup and probably William Byron. So making John Hunter Nemechek does make it a little bit different, but man, you're going to have to go dumpster diving for some of those cheap guys down there. So I get it if you want to go there, but I don't know if that's the best way to go. But I mean, you got to get off this Busch William Byron chalk that's going to start out lineup. So I completely get going to John Hunter Nemechek there. But you need him to lead laps. If he doesn't lead laps, it's going to be a problem, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get around Kyle Busch. Johnny Slaughter's another guy who's going to be really popular here. Had an average position at 15. He's back in a Thor Sport truck. He's not in the trash that he was in at the beginning of the year. He's back in a decent truck this week. What he's ran the last few years if you've been watching the truck series. So $7,500 starting 36. He has an average position of 15 last year. He had 12 fast laps as well. So I think he should run probably top 15, compete for a top 10. Johnny Slaughter might be going a little bit harder this week just because he hasn't been in good equipment all year and he might want to make the best of it. So at $7,500 starting 36, he's pretty much probably the best play to go to in this race. In all honesty, I think that's probably the first guy that I go to. Really, in all lineups, I like him in cash and tournaments. To be completely honest, I mean, if you're playing cash tonight, there's a pretty simple build. You go Byron, you go Slaughter, you go Kyle Busch. That's pretty much how you start out every lineup there. So I like Johnny Slaughter. Tanner Gray starting 13th. He'll probably run around there all race. I think that's fine if you want to go to him. $7,600. Probably not the play I like a lot, but Probably won't be too highly owned, so I get it. Tyler Ankrum starts too high for me. Starts 8th. He had average position of 14 here last year. He did have 3 fast laps. I think he should probably run top 15 all race. Just a little bit too expensive, starting 8th for me to really want to go there. Taylor Gray's in the 17 truck for DGR. I get that one. I think that's a pretty good play. He did run in this race last year, had an average position of 17, or not this race, he ran the other Martinsville race, but they only ran one Martinsville race last year. He did have a fast lap, so Taylor Gray starting 19th. I mean, that's a fine play if you want to go there. I don't think it's anything special. Probably run top 20 all race, so I get that. Chandler Smith starting 4th at $10,100. This is another guy that could lead laps. He had average position of 9 last year. He probably runs in the top 10 all day. I don't really see him being a big-time lap leader, but Chandler Smith has been really good this year, so it would not shock me that much. Derek Krause starts 10th. That's just way too high for me to really be interested in him. Dylan Stewart, I honestly don't even know how you say his name, starts 33rd, $5,500. Young's equipment is not great. We all know that, but it's not the worst. Starting 33rd at $5,500, I think you could do worse, but it's probably not someone I want to get a ton of exposure to in today's race. I like Austin Wayne Self. Starting 22nd at $6,400. He should. That's the guy who wrecked John Hunter Nemechek last year. Was Austin Wayne Self. I think he should probably run top 15 this race. So I don't mind that as a tournament play. I don't think a lot of people are going to play him. Nobody really ever plays Austin Wayne Self unless he's starting in the very back. So should probably be a top 15 to 20 car at $6,400. Probably won't get a ton of ownership if you're looking for a lower owned guy. I like that. Grant Enfinger starting 12th. Had 11 average position of 11 last year. But if I remember correctly, that was in a Cody Rohrball car, not the GMS truck. So I don't know how much we can really put into that. But he should run top 10. I don't think he's going to get a lot of ownership just because of the Kyle Busch, John Hunter Nemechek, William Byron ownership. So if you want to go for a little bit lower owned guy with laps led and place differential upside, I think this is where to go. I really like Jack Wood here. It's just a second year under his belt, second year in Martinsville. Usually we see drivers do better when they return to a track. He only had an average position of 23 here last year, but he's only $5,800 in a GMS truck, and he starts 29th. I think he should definitely, as long as he doesn't wreck, which it's Jack Wood, so he might wreck. But as long as he doesn't wreck, that looks like a pretty good place differential play, although I do believe he will get some sort of ownership in this race. But if you want to go to Jack Wood, I don't mind it. Matt Benedetto, starting 23rd. He continues to be way too expensive for what he is this year. And it's not even, disrespect to Matty D. It's more of a disrespect to his team. Like, Rackley War is just not good equipment, and with other place differential around him, I can't even justify playing him over William Byron. I just can't. So I'm not going to go to Matty D. He won't lead laps, and I don't think he gets enough place differential. Like, the only way that he really works out is some of the other guys around him wreck, in my opinion. So not going to be going there. Tate Fogelman, $5,400, starting 21st. He probably runs around there all race. He's cheap, so I don't mind it. He gets some accidents. He could work out. But for the most part, probably not going to be super excited here. Brett Holmes is too expensive. I thought this was going to be a guy who was, depending on where he qualified, going to be someone interested in him, but for $7,000, starting 35th, I just don't see it. Chase Janes, starting 27th. He's really cheap, so if you really need to go salary saving here, I don't mind this because he does start 27th. He has some place differential upside, but, I believe this is his truck debut. He's in a Rayoum Brothers truck, which is just not that good. But $4,500, it's very cheap. He has a somewhat decent floor here, so I don't mind it. Zane Smith, the other guy starting on the front row of Kyle Busch. Like, how long do you think he can hold off Kyle Busch here? I mean, he was really good here last year. He led 65 laps. He won this race, had an average position of 4. He should run top 5 all race, and I don't doubt that at all. But, I mean, starting on a pole at 11,400 with Kyle Busch, not even just like Kyle Busch being in the race, Kyle Busch starting second. I don't know how much we can expect from Zane Smith to lead in this race, so I don't know how much I really want to go to him. I'm probably not going to get any Zane Smith tonight just because I don't think he holds off Kyle Busch. I'm just going to be real with you here. Dean Thompson hasn't really been that great this year in niche equipment, but again, it's a niche truck at $5,600, starts 28th. If you need to go salary saving, I think you could do worse than that, so I don't mind that play. Carson Hocevar is not going to get any ownership, and this is actually a play I don't mind. He was pretty good here last year. And I think he's improved for sure this year. But he had an average position of 9, led 4 laps at 3 fast laps. I think he should definitely compete for a top 5, and he's not too expensive. And I could see if some way, somehow, something goes wrong for Kyle Busch, he could lead some laps. So I like Hocevar here, starting 9th at $8,000. I think you could do worse. It's just, he's a tournament play. You're not playing him in cash. Like, that's just not a cash play, but playing a lot of lineups in tournaments, I don't hate going to Hocevar. Blake Lafayette, I saw Adam Wilson comment on him, LOL. He's $4,600. Starts 30th. This is a similar play to me to, what's his name? Chase Janes. He's the same team. They're both on Rayum Brothers trucks this week. One starts, Lafayette starts a little bit farther back at 30th. He could move up a little bit. I don't mind that, but again, it's just if you got to be playing two guys who are really expensive to really go to either of these guys. Like Adam said, if you're making a John Hunter, Nemechek, and Kyle Busch lineup, you're gonna have to get one, maybe two of these, to be honest, but probably only one. And I think I prefer Lafayette a little bit, but they're really similar plays. He'll be a little bit more owned than Janes just because he starts a little bit farther back. So if you want to play Janes for the ownership, go for it. I don't have a lot of confidence in either one of them. So Chris Wright and Lawless Allen, they just are too high up for me. I'm just not going to be interested in them. It's 14th and 15th. They'll probably drop back, so not going to be too interested in those guys. Caden Honeycutt, I'm going all year. I'm not playing this truck. This G2G, whatever the team name is, they do the number 46 and the 47. 47 isn't even in the race, I believe, so I'm not playing them. They're like the slowest trucks in the field. I can't justify playing them at all, so I'm not going there. Kyle Busch, we've already talked about him a lot in this video. $15,000, he's expensive, but I wouldn't even be surprised if he leads every lap in this race and wins. This is a little bit more difficult track than some of the other tracks we see Kyle Busch at. He starts second. I think he should go win this race. I think he should lead every single lap. So Kyle Busch, play him. What was the last race? The road course where you could justify not playing Kyle Busch? Not today. You play Kyle Busch. $9,000 for Stuart Friesen, starting 6th. He was really good here last year. Average position is 6th, had 4 fast laps. He almost won this race. So Stuart Friesen, definitely someone who I could see running in the top 5 all race. I don't think anyone's going to play him. If you're looking to get a little bit different, I think he could work out for you if he just finishes in the top 5. In all honesty, as long as there's no other big-time lap leaders aside from Kyle Busch, Stuart Friesen could work out, and I think that's a very reasonable possibility. I don't think he'll get ownership, but this is a track he's really good at. We know Stuart Friesen for the dirt tracks, but he's a good short track racer too. I think he should run well here, so I like Stuart Friesen. Timmy Hill, $6,100, starting 20th. He ran well here last year, 21st average position. I think he finished in the top 15, but if you remember that Martinsville race last year, that's why I'm really not looking at finishing position at all, because it was just a late race restart. It was like a green-white checkered for the win there, and a bunch of cars wrecked and stuff, so I just don't care about finishing position. I'd rather look at where they ran all day. $6,100, starting 20th for Timmy Hill. He could definitely compete for a top 15. I don't think it's awful. He usually keeps his truck clean. He doesn't wreck a lot, so I like Timmy Hill. Chase Purdy, $1,600, starting 17th. No, I'm not going there. It's just, Chase Purdy sucks, man. He wrecked in this race, so that's why that average position is so low. But, I can't justify playing Chase Purdy today, man. He's too expensive. He doesn't start far enough back, so I'm not going to go there. Ty Majeski, $8,400, starting 16th. I think this is a good play. Thor Sport Equipment, I think it's a little bit underpriced for what he is. And I think people will probably go to Kligerman more just because people like going to Kligerman more. But this is a better truck. Majeski's Thor Sport truck is better than Kligerman's. I'm not saying he's a better driver or anything, but starting 16th, $8,400, I think you could do worse than that. I think that's a pretty solid play. I think Kligerman's a fine play too, but I'd rather pay $200 more for Majeski if you can get there. If you can't get there, completely fine going to Kligerman. I think that's fine. When we go to Matt Crafton at $9,200, starting 11th, average position at 9 last year. Oh crap! All right, we're good. He had an average position of 9 at this race or at Martinsville last year. I think he could run top 10 for sure. I just think he could do a little bit better. I don't really see him leading laps or winning this race, to be completely honest. Colby Howard, $7,100, starting 26. I'm sure he'll get ownership, but that's expensive for Colby Howard. I know he's in a better truck this year. This McAnally truck is better than what we've ever seen him in any series, for sure. But it's still a lot of money for Colby Howard. I don't think he'll get too much ownership, but I could see him getting probably about 15%. Starting 26, I think he has upside. I don't hate the play, but I think it's probably not the best in the world, but I don't mind going to Colby Howard. Christian Eckes, not going to be interested, as in my Ben Rhodes. They'll probably run top 10 all race, but they're just too expensive for me to really want to get there. And Jesse Little, $5,200, starting 25th. I actually don't mind this. He's pretty cheap, and he's in better equipment than most of the other guys that are super cheap. Young's Motorsports is not too bad, so I don't mind going there. So that's pretty much a little rundown on drivers here. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat right now. If we're playing cash tonight, if any of you guys are playing cash, look, it's pretty simple. You start your lineup with Kyle Busch, William Byron, Johnny Sauter. You can make lineups out of that for cash tonight. It's not hard. Like, I mean, I made a lineup really fast, and I changed it because I'm like, everyone's going to play this lineup tonight. But you can make it with those three pretty easily. So, yeah, any questions, let me know in the chat. And if one of those guys were to fail tonight, I think it's probably Sauter. We just haven't seen it from Sauter the last few years. And it's Johnny Sauter. He can wreck anytime. I think Byron has a good run. I don't know if he finishes second, but he probably finishes top 10. So if one of those guys is going to fail, if you're looking to make a tournament lineup that's kind of just a little bit different from your cash lineup and you want to take out one of those three, I would probably take out Sauter. So, any questions, let me know in the chat. What? Been watching the Masters all day. I don't know if any of you guys have been doing that, but that's what I've been doing all day. It's a good day for the Masters. None of my bets are doing good, so shocker. But, you know, that's where we're at. I don't know anything about golf, so I'm not surprised. I just watched some YouTube videos. I want to go see how qualifying went for Xfinity, though. I got to look on Twitter if that's done yet. I saw Dale Jr. did qualify in, though, so that's good. I mean, I would have been shocked if he didn't. So, any questions you guys got, let me know. Oh, gosh, my Wi-Fi sucks in this room. It's so bad. Ooh, Drew Timmy declared for the draft. Let me go look on Bob Pockers on Twitter. I just want to see how Xfinity qualifying / practice went. But yeah, any questions you guys got down there, let me know. Sauter or Majeski? If I'm playing cash, I'm going Sauter. If I'm playing tournaments, I'm going Majeski. I think that's a good pivot off of Johnny Sauter, honestly. So it just depends what kind of contest you're playing. Because, I mean, Johnny Sauter's, I don't know. Those top three are going to be so highly owned. I would say Kyle Busch is probably still the highest owned driver, and then Johnny Sauter, and then William Byron. Miss Taylor Gray and Kraus hit us with the rundown on them again. Okay. Taylor Gray, starting 19th. He's $6,600. I mean, he's probably going to run top 20 all race. He has upside to finish in the top 10, but I don't feel too confident in that. I mean, he's a young driver who hasn't ran too great in any of his truck starts, and he's really not been I think he has like one ARCA win, maybe two, so he's not really been anything special. I think he's a fine play. He's cheap enough and good equipment to want to go there, but I don't think you need to go there. And Derek Kraus, I'm not interested in him. He just starts too high up. He only had an average position of 16 last year at Martinsville. I don't expect him to do well. He'll probably run in the top 20 all race, so I'm not going to be interested in Kraus. But Taylor Gray's fine. I don't think you need to get to him, but I think he's someone that you could definitely get some exposure to. Adam says, Tiger, yeah, let's go Tiger. He did pretty good today. Yeah. Faith in Benedetto, no, not really. But it's mostly because the guys priced around him, I'd rather play. Where's Matty D on here? Oh my gosh, I'm blind. All right, he's right there, $9,500 starting 23rd. Like, you pay $300 more for William Byron, who starts 32nd, who's a better driver, a much better driver. Let's start off that. But he's in a better equipment, too. Like, Matty D's been getting ownership this year, but this truck he's in is not good. Like, it's at best a top 10 truck, at best. And it's usually running in, more towards 15th, towards 20th. So, I don't really have much faith in him. I haven't played. The only really race I really wanted to get to him this year was Coda, and he actually ran well there until I think he had an engine issue or something like that. Something broke on his truck. But other than that, like, I just have not really wanted to get there. Like, you got some of these other guys just priced around him. I'd rather find $300 to pay for William Byron. I'd honestly think I'd rather go down $300 to Matt Crafton. So $500 to Stuart Friesen. That's kind of where I just want to go instead of to Benedetto. So yeah. Like Self and Deegan more than Gray. Oh gosh, stupid phone. Let's see. Self and Deegan more than Gray. I don't like Deegan more than Gray. Haley Deegan, I was high on her coming into Truck Series, but she's really letting me down, and she's just getting involved in wrecks every week. If you're playing cash, yeah, you play Haley Deegan just because she starts so far back, but I mean, I think I'd rather play Taylor Gray than her. And then Austin Wayne Self's interesting. I think that's a pretty good matchup right there. I kind of like Self more just because he starts a little bit farther back. But at the same time, I think Taylor Gray has a little bit more upside to finish inside the top 10. I don't think either of them finishes inside the top 10. That's a pretty good toss-up in my opinion. I think I'd probably go Self. I think I'd lean Self there. But it's close. It's really close. Like, I mean, Taylor Gray had an average position of 17 here last year. But, like, that was last year. He's a real young driver. He's had more experience since then. It's also his second time coming back. But also Wayne Self's always underrated. And, I mean, he's not great by any means, but he's usually a top 15 truck. And pretty much everywhere. And so I don't mind Austin Wayne Self. I actually don't even know why I don't have his stats up. That's really weird that they're not there. But I'm going to go find Austin Wayne Self. I know he wrecked John Hunter Nemechek last year in this race. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I want to see what Austin Wayne Self's average position at Martinsville was a year ago. I don't know why that's not here. That's weird that it didn't pull up for me, but whatever. Something wrong with the stuff in the back, I guess. All right. Loop data. Austin Wayne Self. He had an average position of 20th. So, yeah, wow. Pretty similar place. I think I'd go Austin Wayne Self, starts a little bit farther back, a little bit cheaper. But it's pretty much a toss-up. If you can fit both of them in, I think there's a pretty good way you can make lines with both of them, to be honest, because I think they're both pretty good plays. Any other questions we got in the chat before this race tonight? This is going to be an exciting weekend. I'm actually going to be at Martinsville for the Cup race on Saturday, so won't be doing a live stream for that one. But I will have a video up Saturday morning or Friday night for that race, but I'm not going to be doing a live stream for that one. Tomorrow, I will probably record a video early in the morning or whenever I wake up tomorrow morning for the Xfinity race, and I'll be doing a live stream before the race starts, probably about the same time, maybe a little bit earlier tomorrow, maybe more like 5:30, but yeah, so that's my schedule for the week. If I'm betting tonight, I didn't really write down anything for sports betting tonight because, in all honesty, I think Kyle Busch just wins. I don't want to bet a winner. If I'm going to bet a winner, William Byron at plus 500 is not bad. You can get Chandler Smith at good odds, too. Those are probably the other two I'd look towards, but I don't know. I think Kyle Busch just wins. All the races he's ran this year, is one I'm most confident in him winning, to be completely honest. So, and he hasn't won yet. He's over 2, so he needs to go win. I think it'll happen today. I mean, let me go look at the odds. I haven't really even looked at sports betting today for this race. But I want to see what Stuart Friesen top 5 odds are, because I think that's probably a good bet, if it's good odds. Motorsports, NASCAR Truck Series. Stuart Friesen plus 2,500 to win, I don't think is bad. Yeah, you can get Stuart Friesen plus 200 to get a top 5. I actually like that bet a lot if you're into the sports betting days. I like Stuart Friesen plus 200. Also, yeah, Kyle Busch at is minus 120 on Draftkings right now. I mean, that's the only sportsbook I really use, so I don't know what he is anywhere else. But I mean, if you want to bet him, I would. But I mean, I don't know. I don't like betting plus odds or minus odds for a winner. Did the Guardians win? Cash out suspended. Oh my gosh, what a sweat! They should have destroyed Kansas City today. What a joke. I was watching that game before I came into this live stream. Oh my gosh, the Royals are up 3-1. Bad day of baseball betting. That's what I get for betting opening day. Great stuff for me. Fantastic. So yeah, I mean, if you're betting a winner other than Kyle Busch, I'd look at William Byron, Friesen, or Chandler Smith, I think. Those are probably the guys I'd look at. And then I'd really like Stuart Friesen plus 200 top 5. I think that's a really good bet. Should have been on St. Louis, easy money. Yeah, clearly. Brewers, L. Guardians, L. I hate baseball. Hoping my basketball bets it tonight. And my golf bets are just brutal. Well, Zalatoris top 10 looks good, actually. Let me look how the leaderboard's doing for that. Yeah, Zalatoris 2 under. Okay, good. I'll look at that after I get out. Alright, well, that's probably all I'm going to do. If you guys have any more questions real quick, let me know. I'll probably hop out in like 2 or 3 minutes if I don't get anything else. But if I get any more questions, I'll stay in. So, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to head on out. Look at this golf. Kevin Na. I like Kevin Na. Can't lay back to 100, that's good. How's Brooks doing? He was falling off towards the end, right? Oh my gosh, Brooks kept going 1 over, Hovland 1 over. It's not good. How's Matt Fitzpatrick doing? I don't even see his name on here. He was doing good earlier. Oh, he's still at 1 under. Good. I like it. Good. We need Matt Fitzpatrick to do well. Stupid Victor Hovland, though. Alright, I'm probably going to head on out. Thanks for watching tonight. Hope you guys have good luck and make some money tonight.